When it comes to the subject matter of time travel, look no further than the film Back to the Future. One of the all-time classics from the 1980s or like 1985 and so on, because you have Back to the Future Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. Part 3 taking place in the Old West. Part 2, you had to fix the space-time continuum because you messed up somewhere because of the sports almanac. And then, of course, Part 1, Marty gets stuck in 1955, and has to figure out how to get back. So, you could have ended it with the first movie and called it a day, but no. Let's make this a trilogy and make this a fun adventure. So, without further ado, today's episode, we are looking at LEGO Speed Champions Back to the Future Time Machine, the DeLorean, for this episode. As per usual, get yourself a beverage, sit back, relax, and let's dive back into the world of LEGO. I think, really, we've been doing a lot of LEGOs, so this is becoming a LEGO channel. I can't help it. It's just a fun subject matter. I love it. And let's get started. LEGO Speed Champions series, the Back to the Future Time Machine, the DeLorean. Set number 77256, ages 9 and up. You might just start ranking these as difficulty levels, instead of ages. We'll see. It'd be a good consideration, to be quite honest. But you always got to add age levels, I suppose, on there. And that kind of gives you the indication how difficult it is. But this is technically a 2-in-1 set. So this thing was hard to find. I mean, absolutely hard to find when it first came out at the beginning of the year, because I didn't realize it was a 2-in-1 set until I got one of these. And I'm like, it makes sense because everybody's buying two of these. That way they can get, the first variation, which is what I built. And you can get the second variation, where it's the flying car with Mr. Fusion from Back to the Future Part 2. I'm surprised they don't have a third option where they did it as Part 3, where you're trying to put it on train rails and such to get it up to 88 miles per hour by train. So, what can you do? But there's different variations of the DeLorean time machine. Each movie, evolving the machine to, do its thing, of course. The second film, he upgraded it to fly because of future reasons and uses Mr. Fusion. Basically throws garbage in the flux capacitor for it to work instead of using plutonium in the first movie. And the third movie, of course, they use train to get it up to 88 just so they can get back, But the box art is pretty cool, pretty awesome to look at. You got this shot here, you got these couple shots here. And that's pretty much all that's really going for it. So without further ado, let's take a look at the set. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the LEGO Speed Champions Back to the Future Time Machine from Back to the Future. Couldn't say DeLorean on here, could we? Anyways, this is set number 77256. And here it is. This is the time machine, the DeLorean from Back to the Future. Let's start with the minifigures real quick. We got Marty McFly over here with his puffer vest, jacket, and his flannel style shirt, his blue jeans. Pretty cool, pretty awesome. He's got two faces, of course, his regular happy face there. And then, of course, a little kind of a concerned look on his face, maybe anger. I don't know, however you want to depict that. And we'll just put this hairpiece back on. But yeah, it looks Marty McFly for the most part. It looks pretty good. And then, of course, here is Doc Brown with a wrench. He's got his nuclear suit on that he's wearing here. You can tell his radiation logo back there, his tools and everything that's on him. And, of course, on the front, this is from, of course, Part 1 of Back to the Future. He's got this cool white hair piece going on. And backside, it's got the little bandage on here. It's kind of a concerned face, worried face on that side. It kind of looks like a little bit like Palpatine with that hairstyle from Star Wars. But overall, pretty cool figure. I really like these two figures. They did a really good job on making those figures. Here's the DeLorean itself. Of course, has the what's basically is a fishing rod that's stuck in there, but it's the pole where they have the 2.1 gigawatts. I think it's 2.1 gigawatts. I don't remember. But that's where they shoot the lightning bolt through the clock tower, and they connect it with the wire with this thing at the precise time. And that's where it engages the flux capacitor, so that way you can go travel into time at 88 miles per hour. So we can take that part out. Actually, it just kind of sits right in there, if you will. And here is where the plutonium goes. Or if you want to put on Mr. Fusion, you can do that as well in the other separate build. Which, I mean, you could put Mr. Fusion on here and still have the wheels as such, or you can convert it to the flying mechanic. I do like this wire right here where it kind of goes here, wraps around, goes under. They have it on both sides of this DeLorean. And I do like this pattern right here that they have going on. You can see that. And of course, on the front bumper, similar thing. You have the front bumper here with all of its decals and lights. Looks like the DeLorean. On the back side, you got the Out of Time California plate, the DeLorean logo on the back. And these thrusters here, the headlight, or the backlights, I should say. But pretty cool build. It looks pretty accurate to the DeLorean from the movie. The wheels are pretty nice, pretty awesome looking. And you can take this part off here to be able to access the seats here. The doors don't open up, unfortunately, but which I get it. They'll be a little bit more difficult for a smaller build like this. You know, you get the opening doors on the other bigger build. I believe that's still out there, but it's probably hard to find these days. Back here, you got the flux capacitor, as you can see. Let me get it lined up here properly. And you got the little dial pad here. You got the shift stick, steering wheel. You got the time circuits right here, if you can see that. But that's where the time circuits sit at. And it has the dates on there of November 5th, 1955, October 26th, 1985. That's on there. And then, of course, you got another meter right here. I guess it looks like plutonium chamber is what it says. So pretty cool. The seats are nicely built in there. You can set your figures right in there to drive the time machine, the DeLorean. Just took that part out there. But yeah, there's some pieces that are kind of like, you know, a little bit loose on here, but it's okay. It's all good. But overall, pretty cool build for Speed Champions for introducing them Back to the Future. They do have a Lightning McQueen I would like to add to the collection from Cars. So, but overall, pretty cool set. I love it. It's great to have into the Lego collection. And this thing was, again, hard to find. It was definitely hard to find, and they finally got them back in stock on Lego.com, which is where I got it from, because you can't find these in stores. They're still difficult to find. But other than that, with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Have yourselves a great day, and take care.